Hi, what I wanted to show you today was my Proxmox servers. So I have two motherboards in here. They've got i5s in them. They're old computers. They're like 8 years old or something like that. They're just some stock that we were getting rid of, and so I cut them all out of the chassis, and I've mounted them all in this timber box here. So I've got 32 gig of RAM or something like 32, I'm pretty sure. They're i5s. I'm sure it's not 64, it's 32. So they're identical motherboards. So just the power supplies up here, and these are just the backs that I've done here. So there's like some aluminium plate that I've put here and mounted everything through here. This is just to stop any excess air from sucking through. And here's just some filtered fans that I've put in, and this is all Perspex. So what I'm going to do today with it, so what I want to do is I need to change the batteries in these, and also need to put in some ports out here so I can run some external drives. So anyway, so I'll start pulling this apart so you can see how I put it all together. This box, this timber case that I made it all myself. It was a bit of a challenge, cutting all the grooves in for the Perspex to sit in. So it took some time. I didn't do a video of building it. It was just a lot of work, and so I didn't bother doing it. What I want to do is, so I'm going to pull these apart and put power to the power supplies, hopefully if I remember I can, and change the battery so then I don't have to worry about the BIOS. Can't quite remember how I built it, so it'll be a challenge pulling it all apart again. Okay, so we'll pull this off. I might have to put it on its side. Crash. So much for the hot glue. I might label these as I go along. So this is the one that I want to put the some external drives on, because I want to, in the Proxmox server, I want to run TrueNAS scale, and this other one is the one that does most of the work. So this one I'll do the TrueNAS scale in this one. So that's that pulled apart, and you can see that the battery's down in here. So I'll just plug the cable in, put some power on this unit. Put in some little clips here so I could pull this out just like this. That's just an earth strap there, that'll be fine. This way I can sort of separate it a bit. Push this one to the back. Okay. Okay, so I'll put some power onto this. I'm not going to start it, just to power it up so we don't lose the BIOS settings. So that's done. Now I'll take that battery out and replace it with another one. I might just test it with the meter first to see what it comes up as. .2 volts, which is perfectly fine. So then we'll drop out this battery here. Put the new one in. Done. Let's just have a look at the voltage on this one is anyway. These are 8 years old, so who knows what they're at. .5 volts. So nearly 2.6 volts. So definitely needed to be replaced. So I'll turn the power off to this unit now. And we'll move to this to one side and then we'll get to the other one. Hopefully these should pull up. This will just pull off. As you can see, this was a very fiddly job to do. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same again with this one. Pull out the CMOS battery and replace it with a new one. I'll just test it before I put it in. .2 volts. I'll just plug this one in, plug the power in here. Power, so now I'll just take this one out and swap it over, and then we'll check the voltage of this old one. This one here is 8 years old as well. I'm pretty sure it's 8 years old, this one. I can't remember if I changed any or not. Okay. It's showing 3.5 volts, so maybe I did change this when I built the unit. I can't remember, but anyway, now we know there's a new one in there, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. I'm going to now get my compressor out and blow all this down, clean it all up. I want to add the a port to it. Where is that port? These will be my external hard drives. And I have these. These are the external hard drives. They plug into it like this. I'll build a box of this at some stage. And this is the card that I'm going to add to one of the units. So it'll sit in the back of the unit this way, probably on top of this thing or something, maybe up here, and then you can plug the external drives into it. These are E-Start or something, I think they call them. so power can run along it. Anyway, plugs in somehow, I'm not going to force it. Power comes in here, and the SATA cables come in here and feeds out to the external drives. Okay, so let me get all that, let me muck around with doing that. Okay, so I've given it all a bit of a blowdown, fixed up the hot glue for the cowlings. I haven't installed this card yet, but what I want to do is at least put half of the unit back together, and then I'll come back and reassemble the whole lot. It's an absolute nightmare of a thing to reassemble. So anyway, so I'll just go through the process. I don't need to do much talking. You just see it's very frustrating. Because I don't quite remember exactly how I put it all together originally, so it's very fiddly. I might have put this in last. I need to get this down the top, down the... I must have put these sides in last and assembled it this way. I'm trying to get this around the right way. So this is the front. Okay, so this goes on this side. the hard drive. This is a not hard drive, SSD. I've mounted it just at the top here. Hope you can see that. Drop the power supply in. I'll take all this tape off to make it easier. The other side. Try and get the front covering maybe first. Front cover. This to there, and then this one now. Side cover. Okay, so the wire sticking out here. Something not quite right here. Okay, so it looks like we've got it down now. So you can see how difficult it is. Okay, it's a custom made box that I made. It looks good when it's finished. It's just a bit of a nightmare to put it all together. Okay, so I'll come back once I've done the modifications to the backboard and put this in, and then I'll show you how putting that part back together. Okay, so what I did is I've taken off the back plate of this socket, plug, whatever they call it, the SATA outlet, and I've cut a slot in the back here, and that can get mounted on here, and this then will sit over the top like this. down like this. Anyway, so and very easy. This here's some power here, so this can plug into the power from here, and this is for the USB outlets on this, but it just doesn't use, so I don't even need this. So I'm just going to take this out. Supposedly it doesn't. I don't use it for what I'm using, and there's enough power here. This has got 12 volts, 2 grounds and a 5 volt. So I'm going to just drill some holes here, and I'll put maybe a bit of rubber underneath here and mount that down, and then reassemble all of this. So now I'll find a bit of rubber and some screws, and we'll put all that together there, and then we can start reassembling the bottom half of the server. Okay, so what I've done here is I have a piece of rubber that I've just cut out with a pair of scissors, and I marked the holes here with a pencil, and then I have some hole punches that I just knocked some holes in because I've already drilled this. So now it's just a matter of screwing this onto here, and then to reassemble it all. The fun stuff, not really. There we have it, pretty solid. Okay, so I've just got to get some SATA cables, and just plug them in here, and then we can plug it into the motherboard as we're reassembling it all. Okay, so we've got all this together. I've put this back together on here, this power supply, ready to put the unit back together. A little bit of work. Like the first half, it's a bit of a nightmare to do, but if I take my time, don't rush it, I should be fine. Just thinking. Let's just see what's happening all at the same time. So I might plug this in. So the first one, we can go into this port here. I'll put this into this port here on the motherboard, and this one here. Just go into this one here. Okay, so now it's a matter of flipping it all over and assembling it all. And hopefully the bottom all stays together at the same time. So this is the front here. So I'll get this on maybe. Holding it. I'll do the perspex last, I think. That should work alright there. These cables can just get these around the right way, like this. Pop in, pop out, beautiful. Okay, so now I have to get all these cables in, 4 bolts in at the same time. Okay, so that's that. That's that. I can tuck up under there. You won't see that because this is the top, flips over. So now we need to put back in the pieces. So this is the side one. Side in, this side, one with the filter in it. Feed it in through the same direction maybe. This way. Okay. And just this, I'll just these wires in here, some wires in here. Just going to tuck these behind here so that they don't look so bad. Then the front cover. Then we can line everything up in the grooves and then tighten it all up. So we get the bottom one in first, and the top. Watch out, there's nothing pinching. No, the cables are pinching. Just have to try and line the grooves. The perspex goes into a groove here, and top and bottom. Just have to line those up, and that looks pretty good. And then I just have some nuts that I put on. These little feet for the bottom. Just put these nuts on. Don't need washers. Then once I put this back together, I'll go and set it up where it's supposed to live, and then we'll turn it on and we'll see it work. I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to set up Proxmox or the TrueNAS scale. This was just basically to show you this little project that I did some time ago that I didn't record as I was building it because it took over a period of time, quite a long time to do. So we put new CMOS batteries in it. And I put this in it as well. So these ports here, the SATA, it's just, this will fit in. this round the right way. Like that, 2 of those, and that'll go to those external drives. Okay, we'll go and plug it all back in again and start it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so it's all back in place. So the power buttons are on the back, it's all plugged in. So we'll just start it up. 1, 2, as long as the hard disk lights start going, which is good. There you go. That looks good. This will focus. See if we can do something here. Okay, so we'll check number 1, which is the top one. It goes. Now number 2. And there, it's connected. Don't know if that's focusing or not quite sure what it's doing. Let me just lock into that. So you can see it's up and running. Then we'll try this one. I'll just log in. There we go. So it's working fine, new batteries and a little bit of a modification which I'll work on later. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I'll do an update soon in regards to the tuner scale and building a little box for those external hard drives and going from there. Okay, thank you, bye.